Ladies and gents, boys and girls, starting this month off with a bang. If you haven't seen already, what we're going to be doing is we are going to be leading you through some of these workouts with a video. So today we have 5 rounds for time. This is going to be a quick workout and we're looking for it to be less than 10 minutes. Each round is going to consist of 20 deadlifts, which we want to be completed unbroken throughout, and then 10 burpees. These burpees are where we're going to find intensity today. We want them to be fast, less than 30 seconds. So if you need to scale that back to a down up to maintain that intensity, that is what I would encourage you to do. For those deadlifts, go through nice and steady, probably slow them down a little bit so you can hit those burpees hard every single time. So 5 rounds for time. That's part A. Part B today is going to see you do it every minute on the minute for 9 minutes. We have 3 stations, so we're going to go through that 3 times in total. Minute 1 is going to see you complete 40 seconds in a plank. For those of you who that might be a bit too ambitious, you can scale that back down to 30 seconds. Minute 2 is going to see you complete a suitcase hold on the left-hand side for 40 seconds. And then minute 3 is going to see you complete a suitcase hold on the right-hand side for 40 seconds. If you don't have a loaded implement that makes that suitcase hold easily accessible, I would encourage you to get a rucksack or a bag of some description, put some load in that, and then stand in that suitcase position. So there we have it, team, 2 parts. Our workout, which is going to be 5 rounds for time, and then a core finisher for part B. See you on Sugarboard. Ladies and gents, here we are, first follow along video. So you already know what we're doing, so we're going to kick off with our warm-up today. For our warm-up, we're going to do 3 rounds of 60 seconds on and 60 seconds off. In our on period, we're going to do 10 good mornings, followed by as many down-ups as possible. So let's start with our warm-up going in 10 seconds. Feel free to load these good mornings up if you wish. I'm going to do these just under body weight. So I've got my feet directly under my hips. I have a soft knee as I'm then reaching back. Good, I think that's 10. 30 seconds. Oh, 10. See if you can beat me. In those down ups, I'm thinking about going back to that tall plank position, jumping my feet to my hand, and just standing tall at the top. Team, grab yourself a drink between these rounds. Let your heart rate drop a little bit before we go back into our second round. Maybe turn the audio down a little bit so you can't hear me breathing as much. Good, so we're getting ready to go again in 5 seconds. I'm thinking about driving through my heels and squeezing my bum hard at the top. Oh, got through them a bit quick. Beat it, that's 11. Good, so we're going to take another minute off before we start our third and final round of our warm-up. Again, we should be increasing our pace a little bit on each round to build ourselves up, ready for our workout piece today, guys. Good, so 10 seconds, getting ready for our last round of our warm-up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, now on our last time for our down-ups, let's see if we can beat our last round. Oh, just. So, warm-up done, team. Take a minute or so if you need to before we get into our workout. So, moving on to our workout piece. To remind you, team, we have 5 rounds for time. We have those 20 deadlifts and our 10 burpees. Today, I'm going to be using a kettlebell, but you can do this one with a plate or your dumbbell. And in regards to those burpees, if you need to scale them back, you can either do 8 regular burpees or you can go to a downer. Okay, looking for it to be short and sharp, less than 10 minutes today. So, let's get into it, going in 10 seconds. So we've got those 20 deadlifts. I'm setting up with my feet under my hips, keeping my back flat and driving through my legs. 5, 6, 8, 9. That's 10, halfway. 15, 5 more. 'Nice, 20. So moving on to those 10 burpees. Oh. Feet to hands. Small jump and clap. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Quick look at the clock. Fantastic. Want to be nice and consistent. So I'm back to my 20 deadlifts. Good, 10, that's halfway. I've got 5 more. Good, 20. Back to our 10 burpees team. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good, keeping a consistent pace. Moving on to round 3. So I'm thinking about keeping my back flat and driving through those legs. Good, that's 10, that's halfway. We've got 5 more. Nice, 20. Those burpees come around quick, team. That's 5, we're halfway. Two more. One more. Good, that's 10. About to start round 14. Good, next one's halfway, that's 10. That's 15, we've got 5 more. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Back to those burpees once again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's halfway, keep the same pace. Good, that's 10. Nice and consistent throughout. We're moving on to round 5, team. That's 5. I'm thinking about those same points. Driving through my legs and keeping my back flat. That's 10. $15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. The last time on those burpees then, team. Big finish. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Take a minute, team. I know I will. Grab yourself a drink. That's about 7.5 minutes for me. If it takes you a little bit longer, a little bit shorter, not a problem. As long as we're in and around that 10-minute mark. Cool, team. How was that? Take a couple of minutes, obviously, let your heart rate drop. That's what I've just done before moving on to our finisher, okay? For our finisher, we're gonna get some core focus in. We're gonna go every minute on the minute for 9 minutes. So we've got a 40-second work period and we're going in about 5 seconds. We're gonna start with 40 seconds in our plank. I've got my elbows just in front of my shoulders. I'm squeezing my bum, squeezing my tummy, and trying to keep a straight back. Oh, time is taking an eternity. If you're shaking, you're probably doing something right. Okay, coming up on that 30-second mark, team. We've got 10 seconds left. Keep pushing through. Good, fantastic. We're then going to get 20 seconds rest before we move into our 40 seconds of a suitcase hold. I'm going to be using a kettlebell. I'm going to start on my left-hand side, team. Going in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So I deadlift that kettlebell up. I've got my feet directly under my hips. I'm squeezing my bum, squeezing my tummy, and trying to keep everything nice and level. It should, if I'm doing this correctly, look like I've got one almost in each arm, as opposed to only having the one and it's dragging me all over the place. Good, so we've got 10 seconds left on the left-hand side before we get a small 20-second break. Good, like I said, we're gonna get that 20-second break before we change sides and we hit it again for another 40 seconds, team. 10 seconds now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So same again, team. I've got my feet under my hips. I'm squeezing my bum, squeezing my tummy, and trying to stay nice and level throughout this one. If you need to take your arm out a little bit to counterbalance you, that's not a problem. If you don't have an easy accessible load for this one, i.e. a kettlebell or a dumbbell, I'd encourage you to get a rucksack or a bag and put some weights in that. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's one round done of 3. Take a short break now before we go back to our 40-second plank hold. I was shaking like a leaf on the first one, so you're in for a treat on this second. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, I'm thinking about having my elbows just in front of my shoulders. I'm squeezing my bum, I'm squeezing my tummy, I'm trying to keep a flat back throughout. The shakes are already starting. Oh. So we've just passed that 30-second mark. Good, and relax. Small break before we're back to our suitcase hold on the left-hand side, team. If you feel like you need to grab a drink, please do. Okay, 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Again, I'm packing those shoulder blades back and down, squeezing the bum, squeezing my rib cage down to make sure all those core muscles are working. Ten seconds, team. Okay, we have 20 seconds rest before we move on to the right-hand side, and that will finish our second of 3 rounds. 10 seconds, team. Okay, then we're back to that right-hand side this time. 40 seconds, and then that will complete our second of 3 rounds, team. Okay, coming up on the last 10 seconds of this hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So we have that last 20 seconds of the second round before we go into our third round. We're kicking it off with that 40 seconds in a plank hold once again. Thankfully though, this is the last time. 5 seconds, team. 3, 2, 1. So these planks should be getting a little bit challenging by now. If you found it a little bit too hard at 40 seconds, you could have reduced them to 30. Good, we're approaching that 30-second mark. We're going to squeeze the bum, squeeze the tummy, and dig deep for the last few seconds, team. Cool. Thankfully, we don't need to come back to that plank. So we're moving on to our suitcase hold on the left side for the last time in about 10 seconds, team. Nearly there, last little bit now. Okay then. Again, I'm really focusing on squeezing my tummy and engaging that trunk musculature. Halfway. Ten seconds, team. Good, fantastic. Rest there for 20 seconds before we pick it up on the right hand for the last time of our trunk finisher. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Team, you might find one side a little bit more challenging than the other. That is not uncommon. Personally, my right-hand side is a little bit weaker, so I'm feeling this one a little bit more. Again, though, I'm striving to make sure it looks like it is symmetrical on each side. Good, okay. 3 rounds done of our core accessories. We've done our warm-up, we've done our workout, and we've done our finisher. Nice job, ladies and gents. I hope you've enjoyed following along today. We look forward to seeing your scores on SugarWOD. Monday, done.